Understanding Editable Mesh and Editable Poly. In this lesson, we will discuss Editable Mesh and Editable Poly. There are no differences between Editable Mesh and Editable Poly in technical meaning. Editable Mesh was introduced in 3ds Max 1.0. Editable Mesh was first, so it's like an old type of modeling in 3ds Max. Editable Mesh was just for support of old scenes. For that, Discrete kept it in the modifier list. But basically, Mesh and Poly are similar polymodeling directions. Editable Poly was supported from 4.0 versions. Editable Poly is the successor of Editable Mesh. Technically, Editable Poly is a more advanced tool for polygonal modeling. The main difference between Editable Meshes and Editable Poly is that the Editable Mesh splits polygons into triangular faces, and the Editable Poly maintains four-sided faces. Also, Editable Poly can do more. For example, it can be subdivided without having to add the Mesh Smooth modifier. This is because Editable Polys are a more recent addition to Max than Editable Meshes. Editable Mesh offers 5 types of sub-object selection: vertex, edge, face, polygon, and element. Editable Polygon, or Editable Poly as it is known, is a different type of editing object. Instead of triangular faces, it builds the surface with quads whenever possible. It is primarily designed for computer gaming engines to more easily keep information stored in vertices in a more controlled manner. However, Editable Poly objects have sub-object levels of vertex, edge, border, polygon, and element, and have a very different set of editing tools available. These tools can prove to be very efficient and fast to work with. The downside to working with Editable Poly is that there is no history to navigate when trying to make changes. After you commit to a change and move on to other edits, it can be very difficult to modify those changes.